So 2 years ago, you were a Coomer, a Jeffrey, and you had some great friends at the time, partying, drinking, smoking weed till deep in the night, gaming, binge eating, all these things, just living in the moment. But today you've started self-improvement. You've completely changed your life and you're not the same person anymore, You do all these things like meditating, maybe even working on a business, all these great habits. But you still have the same friends. And when you look back at them, they basically stay the same. They still have the same boring ass old values. They still party, they still do drugs, they still live in the moment. Because they're young, right? When you tell them that they should go on self-improvement, they will tell you that just enjoy in the moment because you're still young. We Spartans want to achieve great things in life and therefore we don't have the same values as those losers. We don't party, we don't do drugs, We want to build great things and therefore we should have better values, So we can build a business, so we can keep working on ourselves. And therefore we should be very, very careful with the friends we actually choose. Because you are the average of the 5 friends you hang out with. If you hang out with losers, you will become a loser and you will never become successful. So therefore, let's dive into 3 signs they are not your friends. 1. Lack of support. You are trying to get your life together and they are only trying to sabotage you. And this might seem very radical, but this is something that's actually happening in real life and happened to me as well. And sometimes it can be very, very subtle because at the moment, let's say you are working on your business, right? You're working on your purpose, but they are trying to convince you to just stop because you've worked all day. Just come with us, relax, just come and party, smoke some weed. Let's binge eat for a bit, They try to take you from your purpose and therefore you should stay away from them. They will try to talk you, maybe they will even try to talk you out of an idea and you have this great business idea which you actually want to start. But they try to talk you out of it. Oh, that might not be the best idea. Oh, I've heard that the market is very saturated. It's better to do something else. And friends and family can sometimes be your biggest sabotages, especially when you first started your idea. Let's say you have this great business idea and you talk to your friends and family. They will often sabotage you and talk you out of this idea. So therefore, I suggest to you to first start with this idea. Just start. Don't ask their opinion. Just start, build something, and after you've built the foundation, then talk with them. Oh, I did this great thing, because otherwise they will very likely talk you out of this. And the reason why they try to talk you out of this and basically sabotage you is because they don't want you to win. This might seem very, very radical, but let's say you hang out with some friends, who don't really have any values, who party all day long, and you are finally beginning to get a bit successful, in your self-improvement, in your business. They might feel inferior because you are more successful than them at this moment, and they don't want that. So they cannot help but bring you down because they want to stay at the same level. Because if you are better than them, they will automatically feel less than you and inferior, and they don't want that. They want to stay at the same level. This is another very important one that's falling under lack of support. You should be able to talk about your deepest problems with them. You should be able to fully open up about your deepest life problems and talk with them, 10 minutes straight while they are fully in the moment, fully listening to you, If they try to break the conversation and talk about their problems as well, then that might be a sign, And especially when they don't show any interest in your problems, when they don't really try to help you, there's a big chance they are not your friends. You should be able to fully open up to them. The second one is you only party together. And most people don't even have principles on selecting a good friend, And you should have principles because if you just accept anybody as your friend, you are very likely to end up with lousy friends. It's the same with selecting a good woman. You should have principles when selecting a girl because you don't want a girl who has a body count of over 30. You don't want a girl who's fat, who doesn't even go to the gym. You have some principles, right? And that's the same with selecting a good friend. You shouldn't just select any friend because it's fun to hang out with them, just because it's fun. And just because it's fun to hang around with somebody doesn't mean they are your friends. Doesn't mean it's something good. It can be just like watching Netflix. Just because Netflix is fun doesn't mean it's good, It's just a coping mechanism of passing your time, right? So, and the reason you stay with them is because you are afraid of being alone. You're afraid of going on a lone wolf path, right? So you're only friends because of the activity you do right now, because it's fun in the moment. Maybe it's partying, you have some party friends, you have loads of laughs, till deep in the night. Maybe it's some gaming friends, you game all the time with them. But would you still be friends if you stopped doing this activity? Will they still hang out with you? Will they still open up with you about their deepest life problems? Can you call them any time of the day and talk about your deep life problems, or ask them for some help? You are struggling right now. Because there is a big chance you're only friends because of the activity you do right now. And ask yourself this. If they are truly your friends, like, what are their core values in life? What do they value most in life? And I can tell you that my core values right now are: number one, growing as a person as much as possible. Number two, building a successful business and actually making some money. Number three, I would say building genuine relationships with people, genuine relationships with friends and girls who are gonna bring me further in life. Are their core values aligned with yours? Or are their core values like having as much fun as possible in the moment, just enjoying the moment? Because if that's the case, I can already tell you that you are probably not aligned with them. And one last thing you should ask yourself is, will they fight for you? Because it's all fun and games in a moment, having a few laughs, having a few drinks in a moment. But if you are actually like deep into trouble, will they actually like fight? Will they actually help you? Let's say you get into a fight, will they actually like jump in and defend you no matter what? Or will they just run away like pussies, So you might stay with them because you are afraid of being alone, right? But I would actually say that it's better just to go on the lone wolf path than to stay around with bad friends. Because if you just hang around with them all the time, you don't really have the possibility of meeting any good friends. And if you're on the lone wolf path, you are very much more open to some new friends. The third sign they are not your friends is they do not bring you further in life. And you have all these great goals in life, right? You want to build a great body, you want to work on yourself, you want to build a great business. But when you look back at them, they still have the same old values. They don't really want anything from life. They just want to make some fun, and they don't have some long-term goal of achieving anything. And you don't really have anything in common anymore. And maybe you don't even know what to talk about anymore. And I had the same thing, I drifted apart from a friend who I knew for 7 whole years. We had loads of fun, but at the end, I didn't even know what to talk about with him. We couldn't even talk about anything because our interests were like totally different. And we've grown apart. And you've grown apart with your friends. Like, maybe you're even second guessing your friendship right now. Like, if you're second guessing your friendship, it might be a sign that it's time to leave. I know you don't want to admit it. I know you want to stay with your friends because it's fun at the moment. Maybe they do help you sometimes. Maybe they do support you, but maybe they don't bring you any further in life. Maybe they are like maybe lower than you, because maybe you are even one step ahead of them and they cannot bring you further because they are not at a higher level, you understand? So it's very convenient at the moment to just stay with them because you don't have to go on the lone wolf path. But I would say go on the lone wolf path. But one very interesting sign here, because they are lower than you, because they still do the same old shit, they are not contributing to your process. And you have a goal, right? You want to build a great business. But if they do not contribute to your process, they do not bring you any further in life. So they are only slowing you down. And there is this saying, like, you are the average of the 5 friends you hang out with. And that's the reason why I only hang out with people who are or the same as me or higher as me, because I can learn from them. If I would actually like fully hang out with guys who are way lower than me, they will automatically take me down. And that doesn't mean that I won't help guys who are lower than me. That just means that I will not spend all my time with somebody that is lower than me, right? So these like leeches, right, only take your energy. Those people who are lower than you only take your energy, which you could actually like use in your business productively, actually building something, right? So try to make a better decision and actually hang out with people who are like better than you, so you can learn from them. So if you like this video right now, I'm actually organizing a summer holiday camp in Austria for guys who are in self-improvement. So this will be a holiday with 10 guys and I think it's going to be awesome. So check out the link in the description so you can join. Spartans, prepare for glory.